Hello and welcome to the Formula Masters China Series, the leading junior single-seater championship in the entire Asian region. We're here at the Shanghai International Circuit for the final race weekend of the year. Martin Rump, of course, has already wrapped up the title, but his long win streak has been broken and the competition for podium places is becoming hotter than ever. Coming up in the program, we'll take a look at three of our drivers who come from very different backgrounds, and we'll have the highlights from all the three races here in Shanghai. First though, let's take a look at what happened last time out in Zhuhai. Matt Swanepoel's gearbox issue on the formation lap left championship leader Martin Rump unchallenged on the front row of the grid, and he led from the start of race 13. But Alessio Picariello made an early move, with the Belgian forced wide onto the grass. There was plenty of other action in the race, as well as lots of overtaking manoeuvres, but no change at the top, with Martin Rump winning his 7th straight race ahead of Picariello and Parsons. Rump made a rare error at the start of race 14, allowing Picariello to take the lead, but with Rump's nearest title rival falling back with a problem, things were still looking good for the Estonian. Plenty of other action in the 7-lap sprint as well, with Oliver Askew turned around before Dan Woodruff spinning out too. But perhaps the most dramatic moment was when Sean Husbeth flew up into the air after hitting the back of Jeffrey Eyre. Picariello held on for the win, denying Rump the points he needed to clinch the title here, but Rump was second, with Yuan Bo in third. Picariello then continued his good form into race 15, leading Rump from the start, but behind him, a good start from Sean Jung ended after he made contact with Jake Parsons, with both Meritus cars crashing out, effectively giving Rump the title. Matt Swanepoel claimed third with a daring move moments before the flag, but the story of the weekend was that Martin Rump officially became the 2015 champion with 3 races to spare. While the series focuses on China and the wider Asian region as a whole, it's also attracted drivers from all over the world, with a staggering 5 continents represented in 2015. All these drivers are forging their own path in a world of racing, and all of them have different stories. Let's check out 3 drivers who between them hail from a former Soviet republic, the Australian outback, and the beautiful city of Kunming in China's Yunnan province.
In Estonia we have 1.3 million people only, so we have a small country, but for that small country the racing community is actually pretty strong and pretty big. Actually my father was also riding superbikes, so I actually wanted to get into motorbikes, but he didn't let me, so he gave me rental go-karts and I was pretty good at it.
I was born in Perth and we moved to Karratha when I was about 5 years old, and Karratha it's got a population of about 10,000 permanent. It's a mining town, probably about 2,000 k's away from Perth, and that's about the closest city.
I'm from southwest China, Kunming. I started race last year when I was 19. I remember when I was 11 or 12, I told my parents I want to be a race driver, and they didn't take it really serious. But I never give up my dream. Now they really support me.
First time I ever got in a go-kart, I was probably 9 years old. Slowly moved up the ranks, won a few state titles, and then when I was 15, I went to seniors, and my first ever race in seniors, I went to Las Vegas, and yeah, I went to the SCUSA Super Nationals and ended up winning that. Started off 15th, which was a pretty cool feeling.
In go-karts, main highlight is my Road-X Grand Finals win in La Conca 2010, and then I moved up to Formula cars and raced in Scandinavia and Northern Europe, and then I had a nice go at New Zealand TRS, and now I'm here, and that has worked out pretty well.
The highlight of the season would be probably getting on the podium at the KL Street Race. Was pretty awesome. The crowd was amazing, the people were amazing, and it was just the best fun I've ever had in a race car. All around that track was just absolutely crazy.
This year has been really great. It has really helped me to build up my confidence when I drive in front, and also defending the position.
This year I've learned that you need to be fit, you need to be determined, and you need to try and beat Martin, and if you can beat Martin, you're probably one of the best.
Yeah, he likes to keep an eye on me always when I race, and yeah, he's my #1 fan, I think. During the testings and the qualifyings, he always has my water bottle there, and you know, it's helpful for me.
My granddad, he follows me along most places, and we have a great time, and he raced Speedway back in about 1970, and he got introduced into the Hall of Fame, I think, in 2007, and I think that was a pretty big achievement.
For me, the main goal is to continue racing and keep developing me as myself as a driver. Hopefully in the future, I would like to be an international professional race driver and deliver some good results for a good team.
My aim is become a GT race driver in Asia or maybe Japan.
My career goal would be to have fun and whatever I'm doing, just make sure I'm having a ball and racing with the best people in the world. I don't really mind if it's V8 Supercars or Formula 1 or NASCAR, just as long as I'm having fun and I'm hanging around with some great people, I don't really mind.
Well, let's take a look at the grid here for race 16. And alongside me in pole position is the Belgian Alessio Picariello, who is significantly quicker than the rest of the field in qualifying. Joining him on the front row of the grid is his Absolute Racing teammate, Oliver Askew, the American young kid who's just in his second race in these kinds of cars. So incredible start for him. And the two have been training with the team in Shanghai for the whole previous month, so already paying dividends, as you can see. Then on the second row of the grid comes series champion Martin Rump, alongside him Matt Swanepoel, then Nick Rowe and Aidan Reed on the third row. Star Racing Academy driver Sean Jung is in seventh, ahead of Jake Parsons, Yuen Bo, Jeffrey Eyre, Dan Woodruff, Tomoko Takahashi, Kim Jong-tae, Takashi Hata and Stephen Hong lines up at the back of the grid. Well, the drivers will be racing on the full Formula One circuits here. 16 turns and just a shade under 5.5 kilometres in length. A higher speed layout than when they raced here earlier in the season. The field is away cleanly for race 16 of the Formula Masters China Series. Alessio Picariello on the right-hand side of the screen will lead us into turn one. Oliver Askew remains in second. Martin Rump in third. Nick Rowe has nipped past Matt Swanepoel to take fourth place and tuck in behind his teammate there. Black arrows of Matt Swanepoel in fifth position, just ahead of one of the Meritus cars with Aidan Reed in the mix as well. Matt Swanepoel defending hard from Jake Parsons. Owen Rump has taken Askew on the inside to go up into second. Askew trying to come back, and Rowe is there as well. Oh, contact there. That looks like Swanepoel and Parsons at the top of the screen. Swanepoel stranded. Not sure what happened to Parsons. The safety car is out. Well, here is Parsons. He's clearly sustained some damage. Let's take another look at that incident. On board now, Jake Parsons comes up the inside of Swanepoel. Swanepoel comes across, inevitable contact. And this is what Matt Swanepoel saw. Well, not a lot, as Parsons comes up the inside, and the South African came off much the worse. On board now with Nick Rowe looking to go into that final podium position. Oliver Askew, the American, on his outside, looks to have gone past him. Grandad happy with that one. So Picariello still leads from Rump and Rowe. Aidan Reed going a bit wide, but pulls back on track. Dan Woodruff and Sean Jung going side by side. Woodruff has the inside line. Sean Jung was ahead, but Woodruff goes through. Kim Jong-tae also looking to nip by. Contact there between Kim and Jung, and Kim does pass him. Now this could be a pivotal moment on the left-hand side of the screen. Nick Rowe in the green helmet defending against Oliver Askew, but the American has got the pace to regain that position he lost earlier. Back into third position. Oh, Rowe braking hard. Still there though. Well, this is a tremendous comeback by Parsons after that pit stop on lap 2. Already caught some of the back markers and passing them with ease. So Alessio Picariello will come round to win race 16. It's his first win in Shanghai, but his third in a row in the championship. Martin Rump will take second, with Oliver Askew in third.
The pace is really good this weekend, and we show it in race 1. So yeah, I think it's possible to win the 3 races. For sure, it won't be easy. Martin is there. My teammate now is fast.
I'm so happy. Yeah, the guys have done a great job in teaching me. It's easy to have a good teammate, so we can look over the data. I've learned so much from him and the team, so I'm so grateful.
The Absolute Racing drivers Picariello and Askew split by Martin Rump in the top 3, then Rowe and Reed rounding out the top 5. Yuenbo, the top-placed Chinese driver, in 6th, and Matt Swanepoel unable to finish after that early crash. As always, the grid for the second race of the weekend is decided by the fastest lap times from the first race of the weekend. And alongside me in position number 6 for race 17 is young Chinese driver Sean Zhang. As you can see, he's got the pace of the top 6. He's been very quick in those races, but hasn't always been able to translate that into results. So he'll be looking to try and put that right today and get some serious points for his championship challenge. Now let's take a look at the top of the grid. As yesterday, it's an all Absolute Racing front row of Alessio Picariello and Oliver Askew. Martin Rump again starts in position number 3 alongside his teammate from KCMG, Nick Rowe. Aidan Reid in 5, Sean Zhang, as we said, in 6th. Then comes Jeffrey Eyre and Yuenbo. 2 more Chinese drivers, Dan Woodruff, Jake Parsons, Kim Jong-tae, Tomoki Takahashi, Takashi Hata, Stephen Hong, and Matt Swanepoel wasn't able to record a lap in the first race of the weekend because he crashed out early. So he starts from the 15th and final position. He'll be looking to charge through the field. Take a close look at the right-hand side of the track and you can see a trail of water there. And that is why race 17 is starting under a safety car. Decision taken because it was thought to be unfair with different grips for different cars on the sides of the track. So just 5 laps of racing after this opening safety car lap. So here we are in this sprint race. Race 17, Alessio Picariello maintains the lead. Askew in 2nd, Rump in 3rd. Then the Australians, Rowe and Reid. Yuenbo taking a little peek out there as he tries to find a way past Jeffrey Eyre, Tomoki Takahashi, and Matt Swanepoel also looking to advance. Well, look at these 2 teammates from Cebu Pacific Air by KCMG. Martin Rump leads Nick Rowe as he has done all season long. But Rowe having a look, and I think he's going to get past his teammate here. He'll be pleased with that one. And Yuenbo also on the left-hand side, popping up 1 more place. On board now with Jake Parsons, and ahead of him, his Meritus teammate Dan Woodruff, going around the outside of Jeffrey Eyre. Very close between these 2, just managing to stay on the track, wheel to wheel, almost coming together. Woodruff has the inside line, he's going to finally make the move past him. Great racing here. Now Parsons wants to go past Jeffrey as well, and does so. Bit of a poker face there from Mr. Parsons. On board now with Matt Swanepoel, who started at the back of the grid, remember, going past the iconic Shanghai grandstands, picking off another of the back markers. Jeffrey Eyre swings very wide to try and retake the positions he lost to those 2 Meritus drivers. Is there contact there? Oh, a spin from Jeffrey. On board now with Korean driver Kim Jong-tae coming into this home straight. He's lost it, he's spun. Stephen Hong stranded on the side as well. Well, Kim gets out of his car. Carnage here at the end of race 17. They'll finish under a yellow flag, but Alessio Picariello won't mind one bit. That's 4 in a row now for the Belgian. His teammate from Absolute Racing, Oliver Askew, takes 2nd, and Nick Rowe just holds off teammate Martin Rump for 3rd.
First race the pace was really good, and again here the pace was really good. Here it was shorter, so I guess yesterday was even better because I could build a bigger gap.
Oliver 3rd in the first race, 2nd here. Can you go 1 better later today?
It's going to be difficult. Alessio's really fast, but the balance of the car feels really good on used tires, and I'm happy with the team. They're working really hard. So,
Nick, you've been talking all season about how quick Martin is, how much you look up to him. You managed to overtake him. How satisfying was that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Didn't think I'd be able to get the move done. I thought he would have pulled away a bit, but had the speed. The boys did a great job of setting up the car, and to be able to beat him was pretty cool, and hopefully I can knock these 2 off in the last race.
A 1-2 for Absolute Racing with Picariello and Askew. Then 4 KCMG drivers in the next 5 places, with SRA driver Sean Zhang, the top Chinese finisher, in 6th. Matt Swanepoel climbing up to 10th after starting from the back. For the 18th and final time, let's take a look at the grid for the Formula Masters China Series, and a fantastic front row. We couldn't have asked for any better because we have in position number 2 the series champion already, Martin Rump, but alongside him in pole position is the Belgian Alessio Picariello, the man of the moment with 4 straight wins after Rump's own long win streak earlier in the season. From the second row, we have Jake Parsons and Oliver Askew. Then comes Nick Rowe in 5th, and Matt Swanepoel, Dan Woodruff, and Aidan Reid, just fractions of a second separating those positions 6th, 7th and 8th. Then comes Chinese driver Jeffrey Ye in 9th, Sean Zhang, Yuan Bo, Tomoki Takahashi, Kim Jong-tae, Stephen Hong, and Takashi Hata had a bit of a spin in that second qualifying session, so he starts from 15th and last position. 3 pole positions for Alessio Picariello. Can he convert into 3 race wins? It's been a pretty clean start. Martin Rump pushing very hard. And here comes Parsons down the inside of Rump for second place. He's gone through up into second. Rump still holding on. He's going to have the inside line coming into this next turn. Rump retakes second place. Nick Rowe right there as well. I think there might have been a spin at the back of the pack. That is Jeffrey Ye. His roller coaster weekend continues. The number of safety cars we've seen this weekend. So many incidents. Well, we got the green flag back out. Picariello and Rump remain the top 2. Parsons and Rowe in 3rd and 4th. Nick Rowe looking for a way past his fellow countryman. Oh, he's not going to do it that way. Full 360. And he looks to be out of the race there. Picariello, Rump, Parsons, then Askew and Reid battling here. The American on the inside is going to go past Aidan Reid. Let's take another look at this spin from Nick Rowe. Nice move for the cameras, but disappointment for the 17-year-old. Star Racing Academy driver Sean Zhang going right to the very edge of the track there in a battle with Tomoki Takahashi. Locked together, darting around all over the track, covering every inch. Sean Zhang coming up on top for now against his rival from the Super License team. Martin Rump has been as close this race to Alessio Picariello as he has been all weekend long. He's been pushing hard. Had his rhythm broken by those safety cars, but he might get another look here with time running out. Takashi Hata safely out of his car, but that could spell the end of Rump's quest for victory. Alessio Picariello comes around to complete the hat-trick of wins here in Shanghai.
That was my goal, 3 wins here. Really happy. Wasn't easy this race. Rump came back, but I was expecting it. And we are still on P1, so really happy.
I got close to Alessio a couple of times, but it wasn't just enough to overtake. But I knew that I was a little bit faster than him. Then we're always looking some opportunities. But yeah, I mean that's racing. I have to stay with second now.
Pretty happy with this weekend and finishing off on a high. We had a bit of a tricky start and then sort of overcame the difficulties and got to finish up back on the podium. So happy with that.
Alessio Picariello ends the season with 5 consecutive wins. Martin Rump in 2nd, Jake Parsons in 3rd. 4 of the drivers unable to finish an action-packed final race. Confirmation of Martin Rump's title with a massive 274 points. Jake Parsons in 2nd. Picariello only joined halfway through the year, so Nick Rowe able to hold on to 3rd place. Cebu Pacific Air by KCMG comfortably take the team title. Meritus in 2nd, and a strong finish from Absolute Racing see them take 3rd. It's been a phenomenal season with some breathtaking moves on the track all year long. In a final edition of Masters Pass this year, let's check out our top 3 moves of the year. In 3rd place is Singaporean driver Sean Hudspeth, blasting past South African Matt Swanepoel down one of the straights in Sepang. In 2nd place, Hudspeth is on the receiving end as Chinese driver Yuan Bo goes past him in front of a packed grandstand in Zhuhai. And in 1st place, the top Masters Pass of the 2015 season goes to Dan Woodruff, going past Aidan Reid on the streets he grew up in Kuala Lumpur. Well, joining me is, of course, the series champion for this year, Martin Rump. Martin, congratulations again. 10 wins this year. Is there one moment that stands out for you as being a particular highlight?
I think when I won the championship in Zhuhai will definitely remain in my memory for the longest because I've never closed the championship that early and it's really special to me. Big thanks to KCMG team and FMCS organisers as they've given me such good opportunities throughout the year in different countries and different circuits to develop my skills as a driver and also everything connecting with it, so it's perfect.
Thanks very much, Martin. Congratulations again. And I know that you will be testing with the Audi R8 LMS Cup in the pre-season test next year alongside Nick Rowe and Jeffrey Yeh. Now, this is just one small part of the driver development platform that makes Formula Masters so valuable. Martin and Jeffrey both tested with Audi earlier this year, while Jeffrey was also accepted into Audi's Young Driver Development Program in September. Elsewhere, the Lamborghini Super Trofeo Asia Series has offered 2 FMCS drivers, Jake Parsons and Matt Swanepoel, a seat in next year's season opener, just one of many future opportunities that Lamborghini hopes to offer to FMCS drivers. As the top-placed Asian driver in the series this year, Dan Woodruff has won a place in next month's shootouts for the 2016 Porsche China Junior program as he aims to become the official Porsche China Junior driver for next year. And series tyre partner GT is giving 3 FMCS drivers a unique opportunity to take part in the upcoming Sepang 12 Hours race. Current champion Martin Rump, 2014 champion James Munro, and 2013 series runner-up Afik Yazid will form an all-FMCS team for the December endurance race. Another tremendous Formula Masters China series comes to a close. Martin Rump has dominated all year long and goes away a worthy winner, but he's had strong competition from the likes of Jake Parsons, Alessio Picariello, Nick Rowe and others, and next year is already looking like it could be even better. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the shots of the year. We'll see you all soon. Goodbye.
Build up the volume. Build up. Build up the volume. The volume. Build up the volume.